If you're tired of doctors brushing off your questions or concerns, telling you that your child will eventually grow out of it, we hear you, we see you, and we know this endless frustration. If this cycle of unheard concerns, lack of solutions, and diminishing hope sounds all too familiar, I'm here to tell you that there is another way. At The Healing Place, we redefine what it means to truly take care of your child's health by listening first. And as parents ourselves, we know the frustrations. So let me walk you through what makes us different. This video is specifically for moms and dads who are seeking a new pediatric healthcare experience where doctors truly listen, they are seeking a root cause approach, and they actually are offering a drug-free solution. We fully listen to understand health issues. We take the time to break down the details. We use advanced scans to pinpoint what others may have missed. We focus on the nervous system and present personalized, drug-free care plans. I want to share with you a story about a young man named Bodhi who found his way into his clinic actually via his father. So his father came to us with an acute low back injury, and throughout the process of explaining why his dad's back was super tense and super tight, we explained to him the neurology of a subluxation. Essentially, most people don't know this, so I'm going to take a second to explain it, that when you have joints that are not moving well in your body, we call that a subluxation. It's a fancy chiropractic word, okay? What that means is that the input that your brain is receiving is not optimal. Therefore, and the way that the brain works is all of your brain's outputs, everything that your brain does is dictated upon your inputs. So if you have an input issue, if you have an output issue, that is telling us that there's an input issue. So if you have like increased muscle tension, migraines, anxiety, gut issues, those are outputs, okay? All of those outputs are dictated upon inputs. So that's what a subluxation is. Subluxations are poor neurological input. Therefore, your brain doesn't understand where you are in space, and therefore your brain doesn't regulate your body. And it shows up as a whole host of symptoms. With regards to like acute injuries, we see increased muscle tension, pain, tenderness. These are all outputs, okay? And in our clinic, we use insight scanning technology to measure and to find and locate these subluxations, these input issues. Okay, so going back to dad had a really acute low back issue. We explained to him what subluxation was and why his back pain was there and why that muscle tension was there. You can see that as we're talking to dad that the wheels are turning. You know, he has a son that he hasn't still not told me about, that has seen many medical doctors, many specialists, gone to Stanford to see all the top people, and he was diagnosed with some. To be honest, I don't even remember the name of the diagnosis, but it was like some complex fancy word that I again can't remember. But regardless, what his son had was a motor tic. So he was having these acute episodes where he would go into a motor tic just like this during stressful or excitatory events. And he also had his ears were stuck up into his shoulders, and as his dad is telling me this, my neurology brain is going, this young man has an output issue, okay? And as we just explained, all of your outputs are dictated upon inputs. So we helped dad, and we earned the trust to be able to bring little Bodhi into our clinic. And when Bodhi came to us, he was protecting his neck, didn't want anybody to touch it. And once we started to explain more to mom and dad exactly what's going on and why these outputs are happening, and again, with regards to the outputs with Bodhi, we saw huge amounts of muscle tension, we saw tenderness, we saw just a guarded a guarded postural response, as well as motor tics. So he would do these things with his head that were just subconscious. He was doing these things automatically. It's part of your autonomic nervous system, the way things are happening automatically in your body. So we did what we do with everyone. So we started to adjust this young man. We started to really focus on his upper cervicals and his lower cervicals, the primary and secondary area of subluxation. And in time and with repetition, we started to see little man's shoulders come down. He started to show neurological soft signs that he was improving. His pain was much better. His posture was much better. He started doing activities in the world that little kids should be doing, like riding a skateboard and doing things that he didn't have the confidence to do previously because he had an output issue and his brain didn't understand where he was in space. So getting on a skateboard was not even an option for him. And it's a beautiful thing to watch this young man. I literally saw him yesterday, so it's making me extra excited about talking about him. Is that now this young man is he was 6 years old when we started seeing him. He's 7 years old now, and he's doing all the things. He's playing sport. He's playing a variety of sports. He's thriving in life. He doesn't show up to us like this. He's not thinking about these motor tics anymore. His mom has just reported that he's gone, I think, around 2 months without having a tic. He's also in school that is used to be an area of stress for him, and his teachers are also not seeing these tics come out. So it's something, if you're watching this video, it's really important if you're a parent, understanding that your child's outputs, whether they're behavioral, whether they're ADHDs, whether they're gut issues, headaches, migraines, pain-based complaints, these are all outputs. And the way that your brain works is all of your outputs are dictated upon your inputs. So most of your children have an input issue, and that's leading to poor output. So if you're watching this video and you think that we may be able to help alter your child's neurology to help them thrive in life and have a more functional, more happy life, we'd love the opportunity to check them out. I want to take a second to talk about what may have happened if little Bodhi did not get adjusted. Okay, if his neurology continued to adapt to that subluxated state, you never know what we would have been able to see. We probably would have seen more chronic neck tension, more potential anxiety around social situations, around excitatory situations, around stressful situations. And due to where your brainstem is in your neck and where his subluxations are or were, you got to keep in mind your brainstem controls the things that are happening automatically in your body. We call that your autonomic nervous system. And most people that we see, they have dysautonomia. They have dysfunction in their autonomic nervous system. The way that was showing up in Bodhi was in muscle tension, motor tics, and various other issues with social situations. So if he continued to live in a subluxated state and his brain continued to get poor neurological input, poor adaptation, and poor response, then we would have seen a whole host of things. It could have showed up as anxiety, depression, vision issues, balance issues, gut issues, because in your brainstem is your vagus nerve, your 10th cranial nerve. That's called your vagus nerve that wanders from the brainstem. It's the only nerve of the 12 cranial nerves in your brainstem that leaves the brainstem. And it actually wanders throughout your body to control your heart, your digestion, mood, and various other things. And so we can't predict exactly what would happen. But the whole point of everything that we do is to improve your child or yourself, your neurological adaptation to the world. You got to keep in mind, constantly, your brain is receiving input from what you see, what you hear, what you smell, what you taste, your vestibular system, and as well as all over your body, you have these sensors. All of those senses are relaying information to your brain constantly. Your brain constantly interprets, and your brain constantly controls your body based on those inputs. So if this young man was not getting adjusted and his body continued to adapt to that subluxated state, who knows what we would have seen. And this is the point. This is why we want to see children we don't want to just tick a box of, hey, okay, do they crawl, do they walk? It's how are they crawling? How are they walking? How is their posture? How are they functioning? How are they performing? That is the game. That's what we're trying to do here. Change the game around pediatrics. Talk to people around their health as a performance. They should be performing better. And if you're not performing well, you're probably subluxated, and we need to make sure that your brain is getting better input so you can have better interpretation of where you are in space, and therefore you'll have better regulation of your body in general, and you will perform at a higher capacity. And that's all we're seeing with Bodhi, is that his body now is performing better. The healing capacity that your body has is now expressing itself at a higher capacity, at a higher level, and now you're seeing a functional change. So just wanted to throw that in there just so we can understand that subluxation is really a nasty thing that gets rooted into your neurology, and it's really, really important, no matter whether you're experiencing symptoms or you're not experiencing symptoms, to have your child checked, to have yourself checked, so that you can continue to perform at a high capacity. Here at The Healing Place, our team makes it a priority to not only hear what you're saying, but to truly listen to your child's health story. Because we're not just worried about your complaints at this moment. To understand your complaints at this moment, we really need to understand your birth story, your whole history. Our extensive and personalized case history process helps us uncover the root cause of your child's health struggles and can trace them back to the earliest events like prenatal stress, birth interventions, and early child development. We intently listen because every child's story is so different, and there isn't a one-size-fits-all approach to your care. Next, we take the time to explain the science behind our highly specialized approach. And we love to nerd out with patients, but it's really important that we help you understand what is going on so everyone is on the same page. We know that you came searching for real answers, not just more confusion, referrals, or this let's wait and watch or let's see what happens approach. We break down how proper development and functionality of your nervous system is the most important thing in the functionality of all other body systems. Our team is fully trained when it comes to the nervous system. Our advanced insight scans help us pinpoint exactly where the stress in your child's nervous system is that may be leading to the symptoms that they're actually exhibiting. These specialized scans help us locate and detect where the areas of dysfunction are coming from so that we can create a tailored plan specifically to your child's needs. We then discuss our customized neurological care plan, detailing scan findings, specific regions to focus on, adjustments indicated to remove that neurological interference, and the projected length of care. By digging into the root cause factors influencing your child's health and outlining each step of our effective drug-free approach, there is a clear path and action steps to help achieving your goals, keeping your values in mind. If you're looking for doctors who intently listen first, take the time to explain the why behind your child's health struggles, use advanced neurological testing, and give you a drug-free solution to your child's health struggles, then The Healing Place is ready to care for your child. To connect with our office, to schedule a consultation, to have your child's neurological insight scans, click the link in our bio, and we look forward to meeting you soon.